Welcome Raiders to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Here I'm doing a little bit of Curse City in the background, but we're here on stream and we want to talk about my thoughts on the Galeas Bloodcrest, the buff that we're getting on Laycock here, and NOROG, as some people are calling him YesRog. Now let's look at what he has on the regular form and the alternate form, right? Let's look at the first we have is A1 cutting jibe. Attacks on enemies, place a provoke for one turn. If the target is a boss, you get two turn provoke, which is really good for Hydra. That can also be really good for the Magma Dragon as well if you're having trouble. He also puts a unkillable on himself and then a counterattack, but now they basically increase the damage multiplier on that, so that's pretty good. But that's not his A1. It looks like it's a A2. Yeah, because it's what is that noise? That is a good question. I don't own the champion. I would actually like to see this personally. If that's his A1 or A2, because A1, oh, I knew it was something else on the A1. I knew it. Okay, so in his alternate form, so it's A2 in the first form. Okay, so the first form, the non-alternate, is the A2. Would it be like, would like to know, you know, when they put that there, if it says, you know, A2, but I guess cutting jibe, I didn't know cutting jibe was the A1 or the A2. Don't own the champions, so I don't know, I don't memorize their skills. So that's getting a damage increased, which most people use the first form as a CC, not as a damage, so that's pretty nice. In the first form it gets more damage. The A3 fully restores this, destroy max HP, and then he revive on death, increase it. But now he's getting everything the same, but now he gets an extra turn. Whoa. So you could go A3 extra turn into your mythical form, right? Alternate, get an extra turn from the metamorph, then go use another skill. A lot of these mythicals are starting to get way too many extra turns. Chrono Cube is going to start getting a little too much power creep with all these mythicals with extra turn and extra. They got to be careful with that, you know. But okay, I think that's pretty cool to fully restore all allies destroyed max HP, put a revive on death, and increase defense buff, and then get an extra turn. And I think his second form, he's still a defensive nuker, so that increased defense is gonna, bro, you're gonna be able to like blow them up. Cannot place this champion restores the cooldown of any honored is killed by the skill. Restores the cooldown of this is to kill by skill. Wow. So basically you would go A3 extra turn metamorph. Now I'm guessing A2. If they have stone skin, you decrease the duration of all enemy buffs. So if they have stone skin, you want to go with the A3. So you can remove all their, basically just make them 50-50 of removing, you know, decreasing the stone skin though. But yeah, I mean, or maybe if they, or if you bring someone previously like a Fabian or maybe like a Claymore or some sort of champion that strips them first and you get lucky, then you can go A2 and just start obliterating everybody. That seems a lot better because it makes sense with the kit. Passive here reflects 50% damage, but now it says also heals the champion by 50% of the damage received. Ooh, that's really good for soloing. So you're gonna see a lot of solo content from this champion, and he's gonna have a really good sustain. He might be like a nice in live arena. He might be really annoying in live arena. On the alternate form, oh, this effect cannot be resisted. What? This A2? Damage inflicted, damage multiplier increased. Oh man, people are gonna explode. Bro, people are gonna explode. You're gonna get exploded. You're telling me you're gonna get A3. You're gonna increase your defense. Extra turn. You're gonna then go A2, which before attacking puts a decreased defense on him. Sorry, on the enemies for 2 turns. That's basically the saying this champion gets increased defense, puts decreased defense on you before attacking, and then kills you. There's another champion in the same faction that's kind of strong like that does that, right? But Ragosh doesn't give himself increased defense unless he puts it on the A1. That's usually why you bring like a Siffy and then you nuke with this, because you put the decreased defense before attacking. And we know Ragosh can blow people up once he lands that decreased defense. But now with this, you're guaranteed to get the increased defense with the A1 and go extra turn. That becomes a 1 turn cooldown because it goes from 2. You get extra turn, you go metamorph. Will it fall off though? It might actually fall off because you'd have to have, it's not a 3 turn, so you'd have to hope in some scenarios you basically have to have lasting gifts on yourself, right, to extend that increased defense. Get a 3 turn on it, you get an extra turn, so it goes down to 2. You metamorph, it goes down to 1, and then you go boom, you nuke them down. So it's not going to be 100% of the time that you'll be able to do this, unfortunate. But if you put that and you get it, it could be really still really good. I mean, it's still good to do this and then do this anyways, but 30% of the time you'll have way more damage, unless you have a Siffy, you go first, then who cares about this strategy that I'm talking about. But yeah, damage multiplier increased on top of the fact that the decreased defense cannot be resisted is insane. This is going to obliterate people. Next one is going to be attack enemies. Damage will ignore 20% of each target's defense if they have no buffs. Ignores block damage buffs. Let's go. So he's strong affinity against a lot of Magicka champions in Arena, but we know there's some champions that put block damage on themselves, like a Sigfried. Yeah, be careful. You're gonna get counterpicked. You pick Sigfried, you might just get Galea's Bloodcrest, and he's gonna counter your pick. Ooh, he also decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns. Like I was saying, you could use this champion to remove stone skins and things like that. And if you ever come back to this skill and they have block damage, nope. Damage increased by 50% for each buff on the target already, and then yeah, of course. And then damage multiplier increased. So not only is he ignoring 20% of their defense if they have no buffs, but then he also still has another multiplier increase as well. Huge. His passive, he went from all this, which is enemies if they're under decreased defense, and all, now just to immune, stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, provoke, sheep, and petrification. He's basically immune to every hard CC in the game, especially against Tormund. Man, I hate Tormund. CCs you, the stuns, freezes, provokes. Bro, let me play the game. Nope, this champion's like, I'm immune completely. Also randomly resets the cooldown on one of the champion skills whenever they kill an enemy. Oh, wow. So before you had Galeas being able to if in the alternate form, right, it says resets the cooldown of Summer Sky if an enemy under decreased was killed by the skill. Also resets the cooldown of Sonic Torture if an enemy is under decreased. You could argue that this was a really cool, if they had decreased defense, you just basically just kept going and going and going and going and you know, permanently. But now it's just resets the cooldown of one of the champion skills once per, you know, one occurs once per skill. Both of the skills are super OP though, right? They're super strong, especially this. I think that's a really good trade-off, man. To be a bit immune to all this, player was like, we can't still have you doing this. That'd be too crazy. Because how do you hard CC this champion? You have to lock him out. But if he goes metamorph, he's not locked out. You have to lock him out again, right, in that form. So this is probably kind of a way to like player him going, okay, we're gonna give you that crazy passive. We can't let you keep resetting, because once he got one, you know, 1A2, if he steals Terminator, goes A3, and then he resets, and then it goes back to A2. You know what I'm saying? Like, it start getting out of bonkers. Yeah, this buff is insane. Wow, I can't wait to get Lake on. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's go to the next one, which is going to be NOROG, or as some people are calling him, Yes Rog. All right, the A1 is going to be Maul, right? Maul has a before it just attacked an enemy had a 40% chance of putting block active skills, blah blah blah, for one turn. Sag, right? He put AoE, it was just a block buff for 2 turns, and then he was immune to like only 3 hard CCs. Like, why wasn't he immune to provoke? That was one of the ways to stop NOROG, was to provoke his ass. Literally just provoke him, or petrify him now, right? That's like a new debuff, or sheep him. But it looks like they gave him love here, and I actually think they're decent. They're not OP, but it's pretty decent. Attacks one enemy has a 55% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs on the target by 1 turn. Okay, you can decrease the duration of Stone Skin with your A1. You can decrease the duration of all buffs, not just one buff, all buffs. So if they only have a 1 turn cooldown, there are no more buffs, right? If they have a 1 turn Stone Skin, 4 piece, no Stone Skin. So that's pretty interesting. Also, it's an 80% chance that's bookable to 100% of getting a block active skills debuff for 1 turn. Huge. That's gonna be really good. It's only for 1 turn though, right? But you could, if you build NOROG fast enough, you could literally lock someone out indefinitely. A2 attacks all enemies, places a block buffs debuff and a decreased defense for 2 turns on a 4 turn cooldown. That says 4, but we know that NOROG is bookable to a 3 because I have a NOROG right here. He's a 4, but you book it down to 3. So now the question is, will they keep it that way and keep it at 4? It better be cooled down to 3 because you like what, you know? So immune to stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, provoke, sheep, and petrification. So once again, we have 2 different skinwalkers: immune to sheep, petrification, and all hard CCs. That is super insane in this meta. When R-mounts can't stun you, when Fabian can't petrify you or true fear you, when my Timid can't even do nothing against NOROG, that sucks. Because I can't provoke people. I love provoking people in a live arena. Decreasing the damage taken up by all allies by 7.5, but if you're sended, you get decrease the damage taken by allies by 1 or more buffs by 15%, and then decrease the damage by 25%. So if you're in Stone Skin or your champions have some buffs, they'll take 15% less. But if they somehow get fully stripped by like a Fabian or something, they'll take 25% less. That is really, really good. I like this champion a lot. This is going to help out for Hydra. This is going to help out most players for Hydra, most players in hard faction wars. This is going to be really good for Cursed City now. Wow, being able to have decreased defense and block buffs is a big game changer. Being able to remove some buffs from time to time could help out, but not really crazy. It's going to be like what, a 75% chance probably with bugs, or maybe 70. It's okay. But I really like the immunity plus the passive. I've always liked NOROG's passive. It's basically a stalwart set, you know. This has always been like a mini little stalwart set to help people out. It's not like literally a stalwart set, because stalwart's 30%, but it's like a baby, like, you know, strengthen. It's basically a strengthen buff, right? 15% strengthen, 25% strengthen, depending on situations. But guess what? Well, now you can be immune to a lot of hard CCs, so it's gonna help out a lot. He's been evolved forever. Time to go and get a buff. Yeah, it's about time, bro. This champion has been in the game since the beginning. He's part of the ads for RaidShadowLegends since the beginning. And now after 6 freaking years, NOROG finally gets a buff, baby. It's about raiding time. Anyways, I actually like the buff. I actually think it makes him decent. I would consider him a Lego. I don't consider him a great Lego, but I definitely consider him a LEGO. Compared to before, he was trash. He was a Vault champion. He was good back in the days, like old back in the days, you know, like 2021, you know, maybe even 2022 if you have nothing else. But yeah, this champion, unfortunately, I'm very happy that they, you know, unfortunately it took this long, but it's finally here. What do you guys think about the buffs? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this buff? Are you happy about it? Are you gonna pull NOROG out of the vault and get him ready? Let me know. And what about Galea's Bloodcrest? Do you have one? Are you gonna be using them in live arena? I don't have a buff for, I mean a blessing for NOROG, so I don't. I would love to use him, but I have no blessings on my NOROG, as you can see. So unfortunately, my NOROG's gonna stick to being a Vault Rog. But if I ever get a 4-star blessing or higher, we're definitely gonna have to make him a yes Rog. Anyways, thank you readers for watching this RaidShadowLegends video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.